What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. I'm Jacob Letman. Got a great video for you in store today, very informative. Hey, it's the day before Thanksgiving right now. I'm recording this. All I can think about is all the delicious food that I'm going to eat tomorrow and try and gain some weight because I'm far too skinny, but that just means I get to eat all the food I want. All right, hey, so enough of that. All that aside, before we get started with today's video, I want to help save you some money on your fuel fill-ups. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go into the video description below. We got a link there for the GetUpside app. You're going to click that, get signed up, use our code GetActivated. You're going to save 15 cents per gallon on your initial fill-up, and then you'll continue to save on all your gasoline fill-ups after that as long as you continue to use the app. So bada bing, bada boom. Download that, get on it, and start saving on your gasoline. All right, here's what we're going to do today. We are going to talk about what to do if you're in an accident driving for rideshare. Actually, not just that. We're going to talk about the whole spectrum of accidents driving for rideshare, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I had a situation. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So let's get right into it. I have a buddy who is very knowledgeable, State Farm insurance agent, and I ran some questions about all of this by him. Should I get rideshare insurance? Should I not? What's the deal with it? What does it cover? Because, you know, insurance, that's some tricky stuff. Not super straightforward. So, also, take what I say with a grain of salt. I am not an expert on this. I'm just relaying the information of what I've been told and what I've learned from doing some research in my own situation. So do your own research is what I'm saying. Okay, so here's the deal. So rideshare insurance. Should you have it? First of all, why or why not? So there are what they call, I believe they're called periods. Period 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Basically what that means is when your personal insurance covers something, when rideshare insurance would cover something, when Uber or Lyft's insurance would cover something for the different times of being a driver. So basically, it looks like this. Period 0 is you're in your car, just doing your own thing, using it for personal use. Your personal insurance would cover that. Now, period 1 is where you are logged into the app and you are waiting or looking for a ride request, but you have not yet received a ride request. So that is what I would call the gray zone, or the timing in which you would need to have rideshare insurance. So if you were in that mode, logged onto your apps, and you got in an accident, technically your rideshare insurance would cover that. Now, not telling you what to do here, but this is what my buddy, my great friend, the State Farm insurance agent, told me. His name is not Jake, but he does wear khakis. Anyway, I digress. So he said, if you're in that situation, you don't have rideshare insurance, obviously just log out of the app. You don't have to tell your insurance agency that you were logged into the app waiting for a ride. You just log out and tell them about the accident like you were never logged in the first place. They don't really have a way to track that, you know? It's not like they're going to investigate it and find out that you were sitting on, logged in, waiting for a ride. So if you just log off, fail to mention that you were not looking for a rideshare ride, then it would just be your personal insurance that covers that. That's period 1. Now, period 2 is where you have requested or you have accepted a ride request and you are on your way to pick up that passenger. Now, that is, I believe, where your Uber or Lyft, their insurance would pick up after if you were in an accident at that point. And then, so that's 0, 1, 2. So period 3 then is when you have the passenger in your vehicle, right? Same situation, you're driving, you're in an accident, and Lyft and Uber, I believe they have $1 million third-party insurance policies that step in to help cover injuries and or damages. Okay. Now, period 4, that's the final gray zone. That is where your passenger is exiting, but you're still logged into the app, so it's pretty much like, geez, I forget already. Period 1, yes. So it's pretty much period 4, period 1, very similar, right? You're logged into the app, you don't have a passenger, but you're in an accident. And that would be, again, where your rideshare insurance would cover that. Now, again, you just could log off and be like, I was just driving, right? Now, here are some of the things. If you don't cover rideshare insurance, the issue that could stem would be that if you are in an accident, right, during that period 2 or period 3 time, really I would say mostly period 3, right? You have a passenger in your, hold on, let me back up. Again, if you're in period 2, which is you've accepted a ride request and you are on your way to go and pick someone up, and you don't, let's just say you don't have rideshare insurance. So you get in an accident, you could just cancel the ride, log off, and just go through your personal insurance to cover that. Because if you choose to report it to Uber or Lyft, then your insurance could find out that you're driving for rideshare without rideshare insurance, and they most likely will drop you in that case. So the safest bet is to find an insurance company that offers rideshare insurance. That'll cover you across the board, right? So you don't have to get into these weird situations. So hopefully that gives you a little more insight on it, right? So the situation that I was in, I had finished up a ride, I dropped someone off, I had my app turned on, I was driving, waiting for a ride request, sitting at a stop sign, waiting to make a right-hand turn, looking left, listening to some 50 Cent, bumping it, and as I look back right, this lady cuts the corner and turns into the front end of my car. And, geez, I'm still salty about this. So, I just turned off my app quickly. We called the cops. And then, take photos, obviously, anytime you're in an accident. Get the other driver's information, relay that information to your insurance agent or your insurance company. And, so we did all that. But basically, I just turned off the app, and it wasn't a big deal. Now, just to complete the story, basically I told my side of the story. It was just me in the vehicle. The other vehicle had the mom, the grandmother, and the daughter. And the mom was running late to school. She was in a rush, and she cut the corner and ran into my car. I was stopped. They lied. They told their insurance company that I was turning right or coming out of the stop sign, and I ran into them. So it was their word against mine. Basically, they found nobody at fault. BS, whatever, yada yada. Anyway, so in that situation, I just went through my personal insurance. Now, one of the things that can come up with that, I won't say, just in case they're out there watching, I won't give too much information. But one of the things that can come up if you are in an accident, you'll probably see this sometimes when you're signing up for car insurance. They ask, how many miles do you drive a year? And then it can say at the bottom, we can request proof of mileage driven. So if you are in an accident, then they can request to see how many miles you actually have driven. Now, I smile because guy tried to corner me totally when I took my car in to be assessed after the accident. I had to take it in. They did an assessment to give me an appraisal on how much they thought it would cost before I took it to the body shop to do the work, and that's just a way for them to kind of control the cost so that you don't take it in and they don't say, oh, this panel is going to cost you $10,000. So anyway, it's checks and balances, but the guy came out and he checked my mileage, and he's like, "Oh, wow, you have a lot of miles on here, I see. Do you drive rideshare at all?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Obviously, I took the stickers out of my vehicle beforehand. So basically what I'm saying right now is I don't have rideshare insurance. Don't tell anyone, please. Please. It's Thanksgiving. Be cool about it. Be cool, all right? It's cool. So anyway, this is just more so you know about how it all works, because it is kind of a gray area for sure. So what I recommend getting rideshare insurance. Covers you across the board. You don't have to worry about that. If you are in an accident with a passenger and you don't have rideshare insurance, basically what will happen is you have the cops come, do the police report. The insurance companies will talk to all of the passengers, ask them about the situation. Most likely your passenger is going to say, "Oh yeah, they were my Lyft driver or Uber driver." So it'll come out, and then your insurance company, if you don't have rideshare insurance, will be like, "Oh, we found out that you're a rideshare driver and you don't have rideshare insurance through us, so you're dropped." So that's just one of the risks that you run with not having rideshare insurance. Again, Lyft and Uber do have those policies to pick up what your insurance won't cover if there is a passenger with you. Yeah. All right. So, anywho, that's a little more insight on the whole insurance situation. I know it's a little bit hairy, but hopefully you took something away from that. And then finally, the tough thing about that is, if you are in an accident, then what am I going to do to drive? So, shoot, because you need a vehicle, right? So in my situation, I took it into the shop. It was there for almost a month, and I determined that I was going to go through the rental car program. So if you're in a bind, you need to make money, you need to get around, that's an option, to go with the rental car program. That way you have wheels, you can still make money. Just know that if you're going to do that, we have other videos on this, but it's really only advantageous if you're going to give quite a few rides in a week. Otherwise, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. So I would say if you get in an accident and let's say that you have, what am I looking to say? You have, holy cow, excuse me, sorry, my brain just thinking about stuffing tomorrow. Turkey time! If you have rental insurance through your insurance, rental car insurance, and you don't necessarily need to work for the 2 or 3 weeks that your car's in the shop, or you have another job that you can make income, then I would go that route for sure. Definitely do your research before you go into the rental car programs. Again, you want to be doing a lot of rides to make that worth your while. And again, we have more videos on that. So, anyway, there you go. That's kind of the deal with rideshare insurance and stuff like that. But if you have any thoughts or feedback that you'd like to drop in the comment section below, we would love to hear from you. Again, I'm Jacob Letman. This is the Rideshare Hub. You guys are awesome for being here. And until the next time, drive safe out there, everybody.